Okay, Carl, thank you. We're going to listen in at the stage now. We think we're going to make this results. Let's take a listen.
On our ballot, I can tell you there is one presidential candidate that did not have a good day, and that's our incumbent, Barack Obama. Because the size of today's crowd in Ames is evidence that the Republican resurgence is alive and well right here in the Hawkeye State. And I also want to make sure, before we announce the results of the straw poll, to thank Iowa's Secretary of State Matt Schultz and his hardworking staff, as well as Story County Auditor Lucy Martin, for overseeing today's elections. Now, at this time, Secretary of State Schultz will hand-deliver the straw poll results to me. With 16,892 Iowans voting, the winner of the 2011 Iowa straw poll is Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
That's it? The winner of the Iowa straw poll is Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann. As I see it here, was it 16? I'm going to bring back the panel here.
Hi, I was just reading the board over your shoulder. I don't have the numbers.
Oh, here they are.
Ron Paul, number 2. Tim Pawlenty, number 3.
And who was number 2?
Ron Paul.
Ron Paul.
4,600. Pawlenty had 2,200, almost 2,300. Santorum came in 4th with 1,657, and Herman Cain came in 5th. And I didn't see how many votes Bachmann got, but she obviously won.
John Huntsman got 69.
Okay.
Thaddeus McCarter, 35.
We're doing a play-by-play here. As we're getting, you see what happened here is the head of the Iowa Republican Party, Matt Strawn, came out and announced the winner, and the rest of the places essentially came up on the screen. They didn't announce them. So again, Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann, the big winner. We have Ron Paul. Congressman Ron Paul came in 2nd, and Governor Tim Pawlenty came in 3rd. Now, the question is, the cheering is happening here for Ron Paul in the stadium. Chris Wallace, this is exciting.
It is exciting. I have to say 2 things. I'm a little surprised. Oh, Michelle Bachmann got 4,800 votes, 48-23. So that's interesting. She got
and Congressman's Hall, it was almost a tie. It was 4,600 votes.
Wow.
For Ron Paul, Congressman Paul.
And then Pawlenty,
2,800 roughly for Congresswoman Bachmann.
And Pawlenty with 2,200. I think there are 2 big, well, actually there are 3 big stories. First of all, Michelle Bachmann won. That certainly cements her position as a serious player in this race. On the other hand, Ron Paul, with very little money, just a lot of organization, grassroots organization, came in only 200 votes behind her. And Tim Pawlenty finished 3rd, and after spending over $1 million, a distant 3rd. He had said that if he finished, he was going to have to decide tomorrow whether or not to reassess his campaign. I think he's going to have to reassess.
So is he out?
I don't think he necessarily needs to get out, but it's not a result that they can be happy with. If you think about it, Michelle Bachmann more than doubled his total. Ron Paul more than doubled the total of Tim Pawlenty. Pawlenty, as we've talked about, he focused his campaign on a good result here in Ames. He didn't get it.
Karen?
Well, I think too, he's going to have a lot of trouble holding his organization together, keeping his talent. Another thing he may want to be thinking about is preserving his viability as a running mate for whoever does get the nomination. So all of those things are going to have to be in his calculation going forward.
Yeah. Okay, we are I think we have just received word that Carl Cameron is standing by with the chairman of the Iowa Republican Party, Matt Strong. Carl.
Hi, Brett, and it's important to note that Bachman bested Ron Paul only by a couple of hundred votes, and what you didn't see in those numbers yet was the new candidacy of Rick Perry. Matt Strong, chairman of the party, first of all, a very surprisingly high number of turnout. Talk a little bit about what you think caused that.
Well, I think it's a sign of the Republican resurgence in the state of Iowa. Even though it wasn't on our ballot, one of the clear losers in this process today seems to be President Barack Obama. When you look at this kind of turnout, it's unprecedented. We have thousands of Iowans who've never been this trouble before walking up, buying a ticket, and listening to the program, and then casting a vote. So it shows that there's just incredible energy and enthusiasm on the ground for Iowa Republicans.
Now, and I'm sorry, I think we got that straightened away. Talk a little bit about the write-in campaign here. It was the first ever, the decision to do it, and the consequences thereof.
Yeah, it's the first time we ever allowed for a write-in, given the fluidity of the field to this point. And it's my understanding Governor Perry had 712 write-in votes, which is an impressive number.
712 write-in votes would put him a couple of hundred votes ahead of the national front-runner, Mitt Romney. What are the consequences of that here in Iowa, where Romney has been criticized for not having spent enough time here?
Well, I think you'll see after we get through the straw poll today and into the caucus season, I do think you're going to see Governor Romney here more. We'll see Governor Perry here in Iowa tomorrow already, and it sounds like he's going to be in the state even more than that. So I think it's going to be all out here in the Hawkeye State going into caucus season.
And what does the benefit of this boost mean to Michelle Bachmann in terms of how she moves forward, her fundraising, and is this new life? Does this mean that Ron Paul is now a contender for a caucus win?
Well, I think with Congresswoman Bachmann, it's a sign of the energy and enthusiasm that her campaign has engendered in the state, and she's starting to build an organization that has caught up with that. And everybody knows the Iowa caucus process is one that requires dedicated, motivated volunteers in 1,800 precincts across the state in February, and this is a great head start on that effort.
Former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum has come in fourth, and he's been struggling in the polls. Talk a little bit about how, if a candidate exceeds expectations and has been well back in the polls, can get a boost. Can he now expect that?
It'll be interesting to see. Senator Santorum has spent a tremendous amount of time traveling the state, been in many communities other candidates haven't been, and he's actually been connecting with voters in those communities, and I think it's a strong showing for him when people initially had probably written him off. So there's a strong base of support within the pro-life community, especially in areas that have a high Catholic population, identify with Senator Santorum. So I think there's an opportunity for him to build on his results today as well.
At the outset, what did you really expect the turnout for votes to be? With 16,000 plus, that's got to be a big win.
Oh, absolutely. I know we were hoping we'd be just over 10,000, and to have a turnout like this, which blew the doors off of what we did 4 years ago in 2007, when you actually had 8 candidates competing in the straw poll, not the 6 we had today. I'm incredibly optimistic, and I know when Barack Obama gets to Iowa on Tuesday, he's going to learn real quick. It's not 2008 anymore. Republicans are motivated, and we're ready to go.
The chairman of the Iowa Republican Party, Matt Strong, thank you very much. We'll send it back to you.
Carl, thank you, and Chairman Strong, thank you very much. Again, Congresswoman Bachmann with a big win here at the Iowa straw poll. Congressman Ron Paul only losing, coming in second by about 200 votes. And then we had Tim Pawlenty, the former governor from Minnesota, coming in third, and Rick Santorum, the former senator from Pennsylvania, coming in fourth. We'll go over all of these results, what it means, who's going where, more from the Ames straw poll, and where we go from here in just 1 minute. We're back with the panel after this break.